वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तककेशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पथैरहरहः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकम् करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुम् लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने
नमः।
चतुर्थोऽध्यायः
चतुर्थोऽध्यायः
संगति किं पुनः तत्त्वं कर्मादेहे
त्वं
कर्मादेहे
यत् बोद्धव्यं वक्ष्यामि इति
यत्
बोद्धव्यं वक्ष्यामि इति
प्रतिज्ञातम् उच्यते कर्मण्यः कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत् कर्मादेहे तत्त्वं यत् बोद्धव्यम् अहं वक्ष्यामि इति भगवता यत् प्रतिज्ञातं तत् उच्यते in this श्लोका। बोद्धव्यं बोद्धव्यं कर्मणः बोद्धव्यं कर्मणः गतिः बोद्धव्यम् अकर्मणः गतिः बोद्धव्यं विकर्मणः अपि गतिः तस्यापि गतिः बोद्धव्यं तत्त्वं बोद्धव्यं कर्मादेः कर्म अकर्म विकर्म बोद्धव्यम् इति मया उक्तं तत् अहं वक्ष्यामि इति। बोद्धव्यं should be known. Know means how does Arjuna know? How will he know? Unless taught. So boddhavyam should be known. It means I will teach you. So that is the pratignyata which Bhagavan has taken. It's the pratignatam, that which was promised by the Lord. It's uchyate. This is with uchyate starts. Bhagavan says, what was pratignatam? He says. But this shloka happens to be in the form of a sutra, sutra bhuta. Not physically sutra. In terms of the meaning revealed by the sutra, it is by the shloka, it is sutravat. In terms of its structure, not a sutra. But in terms of the cryptic meaning, like the sutra has got the meaning which has to be unfolded, cannot be understood by oneself just by reading the sutra. Similarly, this mantra, the shloka also, cannot be understood just by taking the literal meaning of the words of the shloka. That is why it is Sutra Bhuta shloka. It is given in a cryptic format. So, so here, if you take the meaning, karmani akarma, yaha pashyati, pashyet pashyati. Akarmani karma yaha pashyati. The one, the yaha is the one, same person, referring to the same person, not different person. Yaha pashyati, another yaha, no. Yaha, the one who sees karma in akarma, and the one who sees karma in akarma and akarma in karma. That person is buddhiman, is yuktaha, is krishna karma krit. So the one who sees akarma in karma, how can you see inaction in action? Another way also, how can you see action in inaction? The aham karta, if you take aham akarta, therefore I do karma. When I don't do karma, then I become akarta. When I do karma, aham karta. When I don't do karma, withdraw from karma, then aham, I become akarta. That is not true. When I do, I become karta. When I withdraw from doing, then I become akarta. That cannot be. That's not the shloka says. Jnani does karma, but it's not the karta. Ajnani withdraws from karma, but still is a karta. That is what the shloka says. So therefore, it is not the simplistic understanding. When I do karma, I become karta. When I withdraw from karma, I become a karta. That is not the meaning. There is no cryptic sense in that meaning. When a jnani does karma, in spite of doing is a karta. When a jnani withdraws from karma, he doesn't do karma, he has withdrawn. Still he is doing karma only. That is the meaning. So therefore it has to be explained. How is it possible? So here buddhiman, that jnani is talked about. Now the karma can be, let us take karma. Karma is kriyate iti karma, Bhashikara says. That which is done is called karma. Karma can be either in the form of pravritti or nivritti. Most of the karma in the pravritti form. And there are karma which are in nivritti form also. Pravritti rupa karma, nivritti rupa karma. There is pravritti, there is engagement, that we want to gain something. We want to move from a place, or we want a displacement to happen. We do karma. Pravritti rupa karma. All the karma kanda of the Veda, most of them are pravritti rupa karma. And there are nivritti rupa karma also. Suppose you observe maunam, or you do upavasa, you withdraw from doing. Ahimsa, nivritti rupa karma. So upavasa, nivritti rupa karma. So karma, it is all karma. So karma can be in any format. Pravritti or nivritti. Engagement or disengagement. Now let us take Jnani and Ajnani. Jnani is pravritti rupa karma. Jnani is nivritti rupa karma. Ajnani is pravritti rupa karma. Ajnani is nivritti rupa karma. Since Jnani, because he is Jnani, he has got Jnana, therefore he is Jnani. The Jnanam is Aham Atma Akarta. That is a Jnanam. Atma is ever Akarta, ever free from karma. Vikriya Atma. Therefore, Jnani Atma. So, whether it is Pravritti Rupa Karma, Nivritti Rupa Karma, Jnani who is one with Atma is ever Akarta ever. So, the difference, the different karma, types of karma doesn't make him anyway a Akartra Atma into a Kartra Atma. Atma is ever Akarta ever. Whether karma is Pravritti Rupam or Nivritti Rupam. So, if Jnani does karma, he is Akarta. What about if he doesn't do karma, nivritti rupa karma? Then also akarta only. So, in spite of doing, he is not doing, is akarta. Therefore, karmani, akarma, eva pasye. That is the first quarter of the shloka. Now, if you take ajnani, ajnani engages in karma, nivritti rupam, or withdraws from karma, nivritti rupam. Whether he engages or disengages, he is karta only. Thus, he is engaging, he is doing action. Yes, he is doing action, karta. He is withdraws from action, not doing, akarma. Still he is doing karma only. Because the sense of aham karta is there. As long as kartrutvam is there, is the doer only. Is the one who does. But here what he does is, he does the karma of withdrawal, nivritti. That is the second part of the shloka, karma, akarmani, karma yaha pashyati. And that is what this shloka says. So intelligently, beautifully, it is presents that in karma there is akarma, in akarma there is karma. In karma there is akarma, that is the part of the jnani. Jnani is karma. Ajnani is akarma, there is karma. That's ajnani is karma. So the buddhiman, he sees very clearly, has a clear vision of this. That's why he's buddhiman. Not the one who sees karma in karma, akarma in karma. Not the one. That person is not a buddhiman. In fact, he's got bhranta darshanam. Who has got tattva darshanam? Is jnani, who can clearly see akartra atma in karma, and who can see this ahankara in the person, the kartra ahankara is kartrutvam. In ajnani, who has withdrawn from karma, in him, he sees karma, that person is a jnani. He has got he is a tattvadarshi. That is tattva darshanam. Whereas ajnani, when he sees a jnani doing karma, he takes him to be a karta. When he doesn't do karma, he is a karta. This is bhranta darshanam. The bhranta darshanam is darshanam of the loka, people. But he is a buddhiman here. This jnani is a tattvadarshi. So therefore, here Bhagavan uses the paradoxical language to convey the profound meaning of karma tattvam. That's why karma adege tattvam bodhavyam vakshyami iti bhagavata pratignatam. Therefore, Atma is free from action, ever free from action, even it appears to be performing karma, action. So therefore, when karma is seen in Atma, Atma is akartra Atma eva. Similarly, when Ahankara seems to be free from karma, it is free from karma, it is doing karma only. continues to do karma, even it appears to be free from karma. So therefore, seeing Atma, Swatantra Atma is freedom, the freedom of Atma. Atmani adhyasta karmani, yaha karma abhavam pashyati. One who sees absence of karma in the karma which is imposed on the Atma, which is seen in Atma, that person, Buddhiman, iti. And even in the withdrawal of the activities, there is karma involved. Nivritta rupa karmani, karma is involved. That is ajnanis. Ajnani, they don't perform karma, they withdraw from karma. In the withdrawal also, the jnanis is karma. So therefore, in the pravritti rupa, in the pravritti rupa karma, in the pravritti rupa karma of an enlightened person, the one who sees karma, in the nivritti rupa karma of an ajnani, one who sees karma, the enlightened person, that person is an enlightened person, that person is a buddhiman. Here, in the nivritti rupa karma of the unenlightened person, ajnani, the one who sees karma. So, that person is, buddhiman, is an enlightened person. Saka yuktaha is an integrated person, and Saka Krishna karma kritu is has done everything to be done. He has done everything to be done means it doesn't mean that all the karma of the world he has done. Means he has achieved what is to be achieved, accomplished what is to be accomplished. That is the idea. And this karma can be performed through kaika, vachika, manasa, sharira manasangata. So, karma meaning, how do you do karma? For we need karma sadhanam. Shariram khalu karma sadhanam. Dharma sadhanam, karma sadhanam. And when the karma is done, Shastram also, the Vidhi Nisheda is, Shastram, the Vidhi and Nisheda Rupa, the do's and don'ts, which are prescribed in the Shastra. Certain karmas are meant for doing, certain karmas one should not do. So, since karma can be performed through body, mind, and senses, and with the Vidhi Nisheda Rupa, that Purva Bhaga of the Veda, which prescribes karma, and karma which is done through Kaika, Vachika, Manasa. Kaika, it is karma kanda, and mantras are chanted Vachika, and Manasa, Upasana. Upasana also karma. Even though Upasana, you don't do any physical action, but it is Manasam karma. It is Manasam karma. And Vachika, of course, it is karma. Kaika, you do Namaskara, or you do Yajna, offering Ahuti into the Homakonda. Everything is karma here. So that Vidhi Nisheda is the Nisheda Rupa, is the karma. Vidhi should be done. So therefore you have to apply your body, mind, senses. And in prohibition also, Nisheda also. So if you go by what Shastram says, you get Punya Papam. So if you perform karma as ordained by the Shastra, one gets Punya Papam. If you refrain from certain things as Shastram says, Nisheda, then also you get Punyam. And if you don't refrain, then you get Papam. So Punya Papa means if you do as Shastra says, you get Punyam. If you violate, then you get Papam. So for following the Vidhi, there is Punyam. For violating the Vidhi, there is Papam. For similarly, with regard to prohibition, Nisheda also. If you refrain from doing what Shastra prohibits, there is Punyam. If you do it, there is Papam. So therefore, there is punya papam with regard to both. If karma is done, you get punyam. If it is not, suppose if the karma should be done, if it is not done, then you get papam. It's called pratyavaya papam. It's called pratyavaya papam. Therefore, papam is there, palam is there. When what should be done is not done, there is papam. Papam is involved. Pratyavaya papam. When you have to do certain things, it is your dharma. If you don't do, then you incur papam. It's called pratyavaya papam. The pratyavaya papam is another topic. We have seen in other context. Bhashakara, in fact, the Purva Pakshi, in some context we have seen, he argues and he says, not doing nitya karma, one incurs papam. That he dismisses. That we are not talking about here. Here the pratyavaya papam is the person doesn't do what is supposed to be, what is supposed to do. His dharma, his duties. Then he will incur papam. It's something like you're working in an office or in the government company. What you're supposed to do or don't do, then you will be punished. That is a papam. What else? If one doesn't do what should be done, negligence of duty. For negligence of duty, the person will be punished. Either a suspended or transfer or dismissed. Papam. Similarly, with regard to karma, any karma, whether it is Vedika or Logika. So that is papam, pratyavaya papam. So therefore, because you don't do karma, not that you will be free from punishment. You get, therefore, in Nivritti Rupa there is karma eva. This idea, Nivritti Rupa, karma also, karma is there. As long as agam karta, abhimana is there, even when there is Nivritti, there is karma, this is karma only. So therefore, yaha pashyati, yaha jnani pashyati, saha buddhiman. A wise person who sees, that person is really buddhiman, is an enlightened person. And he is Krishna karma krita, saha yuktaha. Therefore, it is jnanam. Jnanam is what is talked about. Jnanena sarva karma sannyasa. In spite of doing, there is no doership in the person. So, therefore, it is karma sannyasa. What karma sannyasa? Jnana karma sannyasa. Not tatu kevala karma sannyasa. Jnana karma sannyasa. Jnanena karma tyagaha. Doesn't just merely give up karma. By knowledge, he enjoys a vision. He enjoys this vision. The vision is aham atma akarta. I never do karma. So therefore, he's a sannyasi, jnana karma sannyasi. He need not be ashrama sannyasi. In whichever ashrama is a sannyasi only. Jnana karma sannyasa, sarva karma sannyasa. It is what is called. Now let us read the Vashyam. Karmani kriyate iti karma.
कर्मणि क्रियते इति कर्म
Vyaparam
व्यापारमात्रम्
tasmin karmani
तस्मिन्
तस्मिन्
कर्मणि
कर्मणि
karma abhavam
अकर्म कर्म
कर्म कर्म
अभावम्
अभावम्
yaha pashyet.
यः पश्येत्.
What is karma? Kriyate iti karma. That which is done, that which is performed is called karma. Vyapara matra. Activities. Vyapara matra. All the vyapara. The actions. So vyapara and the activities involve all the karakas. So all the karakas you perform karma. And vyapara, an action. The vyapara and action involves all the factors of action. Main factor is karta. So it is a karma is done. When we say karma is done, it involves karta, karma, karana, sampradana, adhikarakas. It is vyapara matram. It is pure. It is purely activities, actions. So vyapara. So therefore, vyapara matram karma. Tasmin, in that karmani, in that karma, in that vyapara, karmani, tasmin karmani, akarma, karma abhavam. Akarma is equal to, so first quarter of the mantra is explained. Karmani, akarma, eka pashyet. So karmani, akarma is equal to karma abhavam. Karmanaha abhavam, karma abhavam. Shashti tatpurusha samasa. So karma abhavam eka pashyati. The one who sees absence of karma in karma. Absence of karma in karma. Eka pashyati. This is what I said. Atmani adhyastha karmani. In the karma which is superimposed on Atma, one who sees akarma, that is one who sees Atma, Kartrahatma, iti eka pashyati. That is first part. Second part. Let us read that also. Akarmani cha
कर्मणि
कर्मणि च
karma bhave
कर्म
भावे
कर्तृतंत्रत्वात्
कर्तृतन्त्रत्वात्
कर्तृतन्त्रत्वात्
प्रवृत्ति निवृत्त्योः
प्रवृत्तिनिवृत्त्योः
वस्तु अप्राप्य एव हि
वस्तु
वस्तु
अप्राप्य एव
अप्राप्य
हि
एव हि
सर्व एव क्रियाकारकादि व्यवहारः
सर्व
सर्व
एव
एव
व्यवहारः
क्रियाकारकादिव्यवहारः
अविद्या भूमौ एव
विद्या भूमौ
विद्याभूमौ
एव
एव
कर्म यः पश्येत् पश्यति.
कर्म
कर्म
यः
यः
पश्यति
पश्येत् पश्यति.
But to understand how to connect the words, here first quarter is karmani akarma yaha pashyati. Akarma is equal to karma bhavam, absence of karma, inaction. The one who sees inaction in action. Inaction is atma. Atma is akarta. Karmana bhavam means absence of karma. Atma only doesn't, Atma is akarta. So actionlessness, karma bhavam, absence of action. It means that it is Atma. So karmani. So Atmani adhyastha karmani. Atmani adhyastha karmani. Yaha Atma pashyati karma bhavam akarma. This is Atma which doesn't perform karma. That is the first quarter. Then second, akarmani. Then karma yaha pashyet. That is, in between the words are that we have to see what it is. So akarmani cha. What is akarmani? Akarmani. Akarmani, inaction. Karma abhave. Akarmani cha karma abhave. In the karma abhave, akarmani cha karma yaha pashyet. That is the in the moolam, that is in the shloka. Now akarmani cha, that part Bhashyakara explains. Akarmani cha. What is akarmani cha? Karma abhave karta tantratvat pravritti nivrityoho. That is what akarmani. Pravritti nivrityoho. Pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti is engaging in karma. Nivritti is withdrawal from karma. So, pravritti rupa, nivritti rupa, karma. Pravritti rupa karma is karta tantra. You have free will, therefore you decide to do an activity. Therefore you do it pravritti rupam. Similarly, you decide not to do it. You got choice, free will. So, nivritti. So, therefore, pravritti nivrityoho Pravritti nivritti rupa karmanoho kartutantratvat, because it has got kartutantratvam, kartutantram, kartuhu, tantram, tantratvat. It has a status of being the kartutantra. It is dependent on the karta. That's called kartutantram. Since it has the status of being the kartutantra, therefore, karma abhave, in the absence of karma, absence of karma is nivritti rupa karma. Vastu aprapya eva hi sarva eva kriya karakadi vyavaharaha avidya bhumau eva. Vastu aprapya. What is the vastu? Vastu is the truth, tattvam. Aprapya, not having gained, not having known the truth, the vastu, not having known the vastu, the truth, the Brahma, the reality, the tattva, that is the vastu. Vastu aprapte evahi, not knowing the reality, not knowing the truth, Atma, Brahma. It means at the level of ajnana avastayam, eva, sarva eva kriyakarkadi vyavaharaha. That's why avidya bhumau, he says, avidya bhumau. This kriya karakadi, all the vyavahara, the actions which involves kriya and karaka, the factors. So the activities and all the other factors which are involved in the transactions. And these transactory actions happens at the level of avidya bhumau eva. So vyavahara, where is vyavahara? Vyavahara happens at the level of ajnanam only. An ignorant person only performs karma, he only withdraws from karma. Withdrawal also is karma. Engagement in is also karma. Both are karma eva. All these are at the avidya level, in the field of ajnanam. You say I do, you do karma. You say I withdraw, you withdraw from karma. You are the doer, you are ajnani eva. So this person who has not understood the tattvam, was not a jnani, is a jnani, vastu aprapya evahi. Therefore, the akarma on the part of this person, this jnani, karma abhave, akarma on this part of the person is, it is nivritti rupa karma eva. Because pravritti and nivritti both are kartutantra. Both happen at the level of ajnanam eva. Because the person doesn't know vastu, therefore he is ajnani. Not knowing the vastu, he performs karma. Not knowing the vastu, he withdraws from karma. So karma abhave, akarma, when there is akarma for this ajnani in this field of ajnana avastha, this akarma, karma abhava, the absence of action, nivritti rupa karma, it is karma eva. In that nivritti rupa karma abhave, karma yaha pashyati, the one who sees karma. That is the meaning. So akarmani karma yaha pashyati. Karma abhave, in the absence of karma, is this non-eating or ahimsa, etc. All these are karma only. Ahimsa also is a karma. But a vow is taken. I will not hurt other beings. It's a karma. Who will take the vrata? I will perform upavasa. I will perform upavasa. There are also performances involved. I will perform this Chandrayana, that particular fasting, I will perform. You take some pledge, you take some upavasa. So, who will take, you are not doing anything, that is upavasa. Therefore, you are the karta. In nivritti rupa karma, it is nivritti rupa karma. The nivritti rupa karma, you are taking as a vrata. Unless you are karta, how can you do it? Therefore, karma abhave, pravritti nivritti yoho, whether it is pravritti or nivritti, karta tantratva, it has the dependency on the agent, the karta. Karma abhave, vastu aprapi eva, not knowing the vastu, not knowing the tattvam, the atma, sarva eva, all the kriyakaraka vyavaharaha, which happens in the avidya bhumo, sarva eva kriyakara vyavaharaha, karma, it is karma eva. Even though karma abhava is there, inaction is there, it is karma eva, because pravritti and nivritti are pravritti and nivritti, which is karta tantratvam, which has karta tantratvat, which depends on the agent, and therefore agent is one of the karaka, and all the actions involves activities and the karakas, all the actions, vivahara, it has kriya karaka, the vivaharaha, which happens in avidya bhumo, and the avidya bhumi means happening in the plane of ignorance. Ajnana avastayam, avidya bhumo means ajnana avastayam eva, all the kriya karaka, the vivaharaha. And pravritti roop, whether it is pravritti roopam or nivritti roopam, it is karta tantratvat. Karma abhave, in inaction, karma yaha pashyati, the one who sees karma, that is the meaning. Then, what is that person? Next line. Saha buddhiman
Buddhiman
manusheshu
मनुष्येषु
saha yuktaha
सह युक्तः
Yuktah
yogi cha
योगी च
krishna karma krit samasta karma krit cha saha
Krishna Karma
कृत्स्न कर्म
Karma
समस्त कर्म सः
iti stuyate
इति स्तूयते
karma karmanoho itaretaradarshi.
Karma
कर्मा कर्मणा
Karitaradarshi
इतरेतरदर्शी
एतदर्शी
Is Tattvadarshi. Ajnanis are Bhrantadarshi. They have got Bhranta Darshanam. They are Bhrantaha. Jnani is Tattvadarshi. Therefore, the paradoxical language shows the vision of a Jnani, the Tattvadarshi. Seeing karma, in karma, or akarma in akarma, you don't need to have special vision. It is seeing as it is, Yata Darshanam. That is Bhranta Darshanam, Bhrantadarshi. See, interesting thing is why the Lord here uses paradoxical language because there is a wrong understanding on the part of the Ajnani. He suffers, he samsari. Therefore, his suffering is because of the mistake he commits due to Ajnanam. So, in order to correct the mistake, first its mistake has to be pointed out and corrected. So that is why this language is paradoxical. You see snake on the rope. What is there is only rope, but there is a perception of snake on the rope. So even the sentence, seeing snake on the rope, two things are there. What is there is only one vastu. Either it is a snake or it's a rope. The Ajnani, he sees that it as a snake. For him, it is only a snake. But Jnani, he knows. Seeing snake as a snake seeing rope as a rope, you don't require any teaching. Seeing when you see snake on the rope, or the other way also. If you see rope on the snake, that is also a problem. If you see snake, if you see rope on the snake and if you lift the snake, that is another problem. So anyway, you see seeing snake on the rope or rope on the snake, it's going to be a problem. But seeing snake as a snake, rope as a rope, that is as it is. You're saying there is no confusion. But here, all the possibilities of confusions are there. Therefore, the person he sees snake on the rope. Now, the other person, the Jnani, who knows it is just a rope. Therefore, he will say, you are seeing snake on the rope. The one who doesn't know, he sees snake only. He sees snake. The other person, the enlightened person has to say, the Guru has to say, you are seeing snake on the rope. The language is contradictory. How can I see snake on the rope? Sarpe sarpa darshanam. Rajjau raju darshanam. That is what happens in the Vyavahara. How can you see Rajjau sarpa darshanam or vice versa? The language itself is paradoxical. But this person has to be corrected. His mistake has to be corrected. Therefore, you have to use it. That's what same thing Bhagavad does here. Akarmani, karma yaha pashyati. Karmani, akarma yaha pashyati. Karmani, sarpo, rajjau, akarma, sarpa yaha pashyati. Rajjau sarpa darshanam. That is, Rajjau sarpa darshanam. Yata here, karmani akarma pashyati, akarma karma pashyati. Similarly, here it is tattva darshanam. But when you teach to the Ajnani, then you have to use this paradoxical language. See, you are seeing this snake on the rope. There's no teaching if that's really a snake. Seeing the snake on the snake, what is the teaching? Seeing the snake on the rope, and you say, you are bringing another entity, rope, and he says, you are seeing snake on the rope. Then Ajnani may ask, how is it possible? That is what I'm asking. How is it possible you are seeing? That is why I say it is not the snake, it is the rope. On the rope, you are projecting snake. Your Branta Darshanam has to be corrected. That's why I say it is snake. So you need to have Darshanam, the perception of as it is. What is there is only the rope. That is why the teaching. So the usage of paradoxical language is not to confuse the person. The language is used to convey the tattva. Because there is Bhranti, the Bhranti, how do you correct the Bhranti? Bhranti can mean Bhranti intoxication. This Ajnani is also intoxicated. Intoxicated Ajnani. Ajnana is intoxication. All the problem because of this intoxication, samsara intoxication, Ajnana intoxication. Therefore, when the teacher gives Upadesha, it seems to be paradoxical. That is some of the language of the mystics seems to be paradoxical. Even the Upanishad languages are sometimes paradoxical. Like here, it becomes it's not a mystic statement, but all the statements of the mystic are paradoxical. So one has to understand what he says. Unless he says, nobody can understand. But at least here, this is Gita, we have the commentators, so therefore we can understand. Otherwise, how do we know? Otherwise, if the teacher doesn't teach, how do we know? So there is no way of knowing it. Only a Tattvadarshi can resolve this paradoxical language and explain as it is. So the Brahanta Darshanam can be corrected only by Tattva Darshanam. So this Tattvadarshi, Yaha Pashyati, very clearly, he has got clear vision of seeing action in actionlessness. Similarly, inaction in action. That person, Manusheshu, among human beings, is Buddhiman. Why? Because he has appropriately applied the Buddhi. He has used his Viveka. He has used his Viveka and understood Atma as such. Atma Anatma Viveka. He has clearly, distinctly understood what Atma is, what Anatma is. Because he is Atmadarshi, therefore he can clearly see that Atma is Akarta, cannot do karma. Superimposing karma on the Atma is like superimposing Sarpa on the rope. That is why the two words have to be used, karma and akarma. When there is only akarma and there is only karma, then we don't have to use other words. Two words. When there is only Rajju, there need not be rope. Only when there is, we need not use the word snake. Only when there is snake, we need not use the word Rajju. Why the other word? Because there is a mix-up. And this mix-up is not there for this person, Buddhiman. That is why he is Buddhiman. Buddhihi asya asti iti Buddhiman. Intelligently applied his Buddhi. He has got the discerning capacity to penetrate through and understand the things as it is. So he is the one who has understood this tattvam. Karmadeke tattvam bodhavyam vaktavyam jnatavyam tiyeta bhagavata uktam. That person, that he knows this person knows. Therefore, hey Arjuna, if you have this vision, you also become Buddhiman. Saka Buddhiman, he is a Buddhiman. All others are Abuddha. Well, all others are Buddhu. He is a Buddhiman. Because he is Buddhiman, he is a yogi. It means, yes, he's a Samadhistaha, as Bhagavan had told in the second chapter, Samadhistaha. He revels in this vision, he is absorbed in this jnanam. That's why the person is an integrated person, it's a sane person. Only a jnani, a buddhiman is a sane person. So an integrated person is a person, Samadhistaha. Yogi, Yuktaha yogi. Krishna karma kruta, samasta karma kruta. Who has done everything that is to be done, all the karmas. It means he has accomplished that to be accomplished. Having accomplished that, there's nothing else to accomplish. What is that? This jnanam. Jnanena. Jnanena, he has gained everything. Gaining Atma, gained everything. Therefore, after Atma, after Jnanam, what is there for him to do? What is there for him to achieve? As long as Ajnanam is there is a sense of achievement. One wants to achieve. When Ajnanam not there, then what everything, when one enjoys a vision that everything is Atma, who is to accomplish? What is to accomplish? Everything is Atma. Who will accomplish? But everything is Brahma. The accomplisher is Brahma. The accomplished is Brahma. And the means of accomplishment, all the karakas are Brahma. Brahmarpanam, Brahma vihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanha utam. Brahma eva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Otherwise, everything will become Brahma. So for Jnani, everything is Brahma. For Ajnani, everything is Brahma. Because everything is Brahma, this Jnanam he has got, therefore he is Tattvadarshi. Karma karmanoho itaradarshi, who sees very clearly in the reverse order, with reference to the karma and akarma, in reverse order he sees. He sees akarma in karma and karma in akarma. Therefore he is itaretaradarshi, tattvadarshi ityartaha. Tattvadarshi. Itaradarshi. Itarasmin itarat pashyati. In the other, in one, he sees the other. Itarasmin itarat pashyati. Dashtum shilam yasya. One who has got the shila, the capacity, the nature, the habit of seeing. Itarasmin itarat yaha pashyati. That person is called itaretara darshi. Itaretara dvanda samasa we say. Small itaretara. Itarasmin itarat. Itarasmin itarat means in akarma, which is akarma is different from karma. So akarmani karma pashyati. Similarly, karma is different from akarma. Karmani karma pashyati. Therefore, itaretara darshati. Karma karmanoho. Karma with reference to karma, akarma is itara. So each are itara, different from each other. Each one is different from the other. So itarasmin itarata pashyati. That person is called itareta darshi. Jnani ityartaha. Buddhiman. Then, therefore, this person enjoys this vision of agam akarta, agam abhokta, kurvannapin, kinchit na karomi, naiva kinchit karomi iti yukto manyeta tattvavit, pasyan shunvan, prashan jigran, kashnan gachan, sapan shvasan, pralapan visajan grandan, unmishan nimishan napi. In spite of doing all these things, I don't do anything. Naiva kinchit karomi, agam karomi iti. This is the meaning of this shloka. Now, from here starts further the discussion. That is because the tattvam, the meaning of the shloka has to be brought out clearly with no vagueness. Therefore, a Purva Pakshi is brought in. Purva Pakshi is not for creating disturbance. Purva Pakshi is for making our knowledge steady. That is why studying the Bhashya, studying the shloka along the Bhashya, it is both Shravanam as well as Mananam. Purva Pakshi comes and he questions. So we think. We think in the line of Purva Pakshi, why can't it be so? If Purva Pakshi is right, then our interpretation becomes wrong. Then we have to see the defect in the Purva Pakshi. First, the defect have to be pointed out, and what is the truth has to be told. So there are steps involved. So therefore, Purva Pakshi now walks in. So he is helping to make us understand the shloka very clearly. So it's a mananam. So Purva Pakshi here, he says, Nanu
Nanu
Kimidam viruddham uchyate.
imidam
Imidam viruddha uchyate.
How come that you are talking the contradictory language? Viruddham uchyate. What you say is contradictory. You are saying contradictory things. What are these contradictions? Karmani akarmayaha pashyediti.
karmani akarmayah pashyeti
Pashyet iti.
Akarmani cha karmagiti.
karmani cha
Karmani cha karma iti.
Nahi karma akarma syat.
hi
Nahi
karma
karma
akarma
akarma syat.
Akarma va karma.
karma va
Karma va
karma
karma.
Tatra viruddham katam pashyet drashta.
tatra
Tatra
viruddham
viruddham
katham
katham
pashyet
pashyet
drashta.
drashta.
That is the objection. Nanu, how kim idam viruddham uchyate? How this viruddham contradictory is told by you? Uchyate, toya uchyate, by you. So Purva Pakshi questioning Bhagavan. Bhagavata katham viruddham uchyate? How Bhagavan tells these contradictory things? How this contradictory thing was told by Bhagavan? What is that? Karmani akarma ega pashyati. Yaha, the one who sees akarma in karma. Similarly, akarmani cha karma. One who sees akarmani karma, sees action in action. Iti viruddham. That is viruddham. Karma is there. Karma is should be when you do karma, you have to see karma. When karma is to be seen as karma, when akarma is to be seen as karma, you are saying akarma is seen in karma and karma is seen in akarma. That is a contradiction. When you do karma, you see clearly you are doing karma. When you don't do karma, you are not doing karma, akarma. So karma, akarma. But you are saying opposite thing. How can you say karma in akarma, akarma in karma? When karma is seen as, should be seen as karma, when akarma should be seen as akarma. Therefore, it is opposite. Why? Because nahi karma akarmasya. Because karma cannot become akarma. Similarly, akarma cannot become karma. Karma akarmanasya. Karma cannot become akarma. Karma akarmanasya, that sentence you can see. Karma akarmanasyat is, karma is subject, akarmasyat is predicate. So karma akarmanasyat is, karma is pratama vibhakti, akarma also pratama vibhakti. It's a good example for subjective complement. The Anton first lesson we have seen. Ramaha viraha bhavati. Ramaha viraha syat. So karma akarmanasyat, not akarma is dvitiya vibhakti. Karma pratama vibhakti, akarma also pratama vibhakti. Karma akarma nasyat. Karma is will not become, or will not be. Karma will not be akarma. Similarly, akarma karmanasya. Inaction cannot be karma. Action cannot be inaction. Inaction cannot be action. Therefore, tatra viruddham katam pashye drashta. How here, tatra here, tasmin, with regard to this, with regard to tatra, with regard to that. Tatra is that. So, tatra katam viruddham pashye drashta. How could the drashta, the seer, sees contradictory things? Tatra karma karmanoho, karmani akarmani, karmani akarmani, karmani akarma, akarmani karma. Iti viruddham. Katam pashyati drashta. How does the seer sees contradictory things? Iti Purvapakshi question. For that, Bhashyakara says, na akarma paramartataha sat
कर्म एव
कर्म
परमार्थतः
परमार्थी सत
सत्
karmavat avabhasate
कर्मवत्
कर्मवत
अवभासते
अवभासते
मूढदृष्टेः लोकस्य
मूढदृष्टे
मूढदृष्टे लोकस्य
लोकस्य
तथा कर्म एव अकर्मवत्.
तथा
तथा
कर्म
कर्म
एव
एव
कर्मवत्
कर्मवत्.
Because the shloka uses paradoxical language, therefore this doubt. And Bhashyakara rises and he clarifies it. General mistake committed, which is with regard to karma and akarma, is clarified. The Swarupa of Atma being akarma, and the Agyari mistake that to be karma. Therefore, there is a adhyaropa of karma on Atma. Atma can never do karma. And Ajnani mistakes Atma seems to be doing karma. Atma never does karma, no action for karma. No, karma not possible because it is free from the karaka. It can be karta, it cannot be. Everything is that. Everything is Atma, then how can Atma do karma? Natu karta bhavati, natu karayita. And we know why Atma cannot do karma. To do karma, it should be put together and all these things, we know there should be relative displacement of the parts of the assemblage, etc. So Atma is ever akarta. And this on this akarta Atma, karma is superimposed. So that superimposition, that is a mistake, considering Atma to be the karta. Therefore, if here it is said, if you're not karta really, there's no karma. There's no karma. But you take yourself to be karta, therefore you do karma. You take yourself to be a karta, therefore you do karma, and in every karma, every action is reinforced by this kartrutvam. Even though you, the Atma, cannot do karma because of this abhimana, every action, this kartrutvam is there. Therefore, karma pala, all the factors, karma pala, everything is implied. So, because the mistake is committed with regard to karma and akarma, now when the mistakes are to be reversed, when the mistake has to be reversed, that is corrected, the language has to be reversed. The language has to be paradoxical. So therefore here, that's why the Purvapakshi asked the question, how kavidudam uchyate? Mistake which cannot, which mistake is done, mistake which is not possible, mistake is not possible. See, at least Rajjo Sarpa, that mistake is possible. But how can you take Atma to be the Karta? How can you take Atma to be the Karta? Atma is you. Atma can never be a Karta. Atma can never be subjected to samsara. But it is taken to be. Atma cannot be mistaken, but mistake is done. So on which there cannot be, there is no possibility of doing a mistake is done. That is the beauty of the Ajnani. Therefore, to correct that, the teacher has to use, the Jnani has to use, Bhagavan has to use here the language which is paradoxical. And that paradoxical language seems to be paradoxical to the Purvapakshi. That is why he says Viruddham Uchyate. You understand? So, because a mistake is committed on that which cannot be mistaken, which cannot be misunderstood. Because how can you take Atma to be Karta? Impossible. Impossibility is made possible. Agatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Maya makes impossible possible. That is why it's called Maya. Ignorance. So, therefore, to correct the mistake, the language has to be used in such a way the mistake is understood. And you ask, how can you say contradictory things? When you ask contradictory things means you have come halfway around. 50% of the job is done by the teacher. Because when you can say that there is contradiction, it means it will be easy on the part of the teacher to show the contradiction in the perception of the students. So that is why the teaching is like that. And the Purvapakshi, here he asks this question, how can there be the paradoxical perception on the part of this seer? For that Bhashakara says, no. Akarma eva paramartataha sat. Akarma, the actionlessness, inaction. Inaction is paramartataha. It is really sat. Paramartataha sat akarma eva. Paramartataha in reality, sat is sadatma, sat atma, sat, the truth, satyam, atma, it is akarma eva. That karmavat abhabhasate, that seems to be, that appears to be performing karma. Muda drishtehe lokasya. Muda drishtihi yasya saha. Muda drishtihi. Shashti bhakti muda drishtehe. Kasya lokasya. The people who have this drishti, the vision, what vision? Muda drishti. Deluded vision. Confused vision. For them, this paramartha sat, paramatata sat akarma, that that on the atma is the karma is taken to be the nature of the atma. Karma is taken to be the nature of atma. Atma karma karoti iti they take, because muda drishtehe, for the deluded people, there is a drishti, there is a vision, there is an understanding, and it is muda, it is wrong understanding because of delusion, that take atma to be the karta, atma to be the doer. Doership is imposed, superimposed on the atma. Therefore, karmavat avabhasate. Paramartataha sat akarma eva. In reality, sat atma is akarma eva. But karmavat avabhasate. For whom? Muda drishtehe lokasya. For the people who have got deluded, confused vision. They are confused people. Confusion because of aviveka. There is a mix-up of atma and anatma. Viveka not there. Therefore, taking atma to be anatma. Karma is the nature of anatma, and that is superimposed on atma. That's why I said atmani adhyaste karmani. If that vision is there, it becomes a tattvadarshi. So atma, which is ever akarta, akartari atmani karma aropanam. Karmavat avabhasate tesha mudadrishtehe. Tata karma eva akarmavat. Similarly, karma seems to be, appears to be akarma. Similarly, karma akarmavat. Karma is what karma? Nivritti rupa karma. The ajnana is nivritti rupa karma. Akarmavat avabhasate. Kesham, this muda drishtinam. Muda drishtehe lokasya. For him, this nivritti rupa karma appears to be akarma, appears as akarma. For the people who have the vision is deluded vision. So this is a mistake. This is a general mistake performed by the people. They are deluded, therefore they perform this mistake. To correct this mistake only, Bhagavan uses paradoxical language. Because this sat is ever akarta, sat karmavat avabhasate. Therefore, the language you have to use, akarma, karmani, akarma yati. Then, karma, akarmavat avabhasate. The nivritti rupa karma seems to be karma. Therefore, you have to say, akarmani, karma yaha pashyati. That is why the language is paradoxical. Therefore, viruddham katam uchyate. Because there is a deluded vision on the part of the people. Therefore, the language has to be viruddham eva. Therefore, it is not really viruddham. To correct the mistake, such a language has to be used. Mistake is common. It's a common mistake. Ajnanam is common. There's one thing common, that is ajnanam. This ajnanam is common with regard to all the people. Therefore, this language is used. Therefore, it is not really viruddham. The viruddham also seems to be viruddham for the non-understanding. When it is clarified, then the Viruddhatvam also resolves. So we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಗುರುಜಿ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Thank you.